Gets sold out Heinz Field in the Steel City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Mark 20. Mark 56. Let's pick it up. Go down, go down. Get off the field. Let's get off the field. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check it. Alert.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second and inches, Wilson, the completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
25.
Now it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
To throw again on second down, Wilson. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
Now the first carry for Bryce Love. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On second down now. It's Love, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Haskins on third down. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Second and 2 at the 39-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Check 13. 66. Pull it. Ha. Shoot. Slam. Yo, motion. Reach that up.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Switch. That's it. No. Off. Check the backer.
On first down, here's Love. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Hey. Watch 12 and over. The twins. Wide. Get wide.
On a jet sweep, this is Johnson. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 15-yard line.
On the set. 21, Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Here we go.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Hey, check Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Better bring it. You better bring it. Let's go.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. They're accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, and the Redskins have taken the lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Steelers 3.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity. It went by the wayside, but let's not underscore what's going on with this defensive unit. They are around the ball every time it's being put in the air.
On third down, Haskins. He sets to fire deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now for Love. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
You don't want no problem. You don't want no problem for me.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the red zone.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7, Steelers 3.
Rip left, rip left.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out
Exactly.
there. But the 9 picks
9 picks, you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Switch. Alert. Listen. 12.
This time Wilson will throw. Ebron caught left side. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Steelers' 26-yard line.
I'll go special.
Not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
55. Check. You got nothing. Check. Alert. Check nickel. Shit.
Throwing again here, Wilson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Philip Lindsay, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Philip Lindsay, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd down, Love. He finds an opening past the 40. Down the numbers. There he goes. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Bryce Love with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
It's just me and you.
Now it's Wilson. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. T.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They'll run on 1st down. Love. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Trying the toss play to Love. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Bryce Love with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead is now 2. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
I will remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson, that's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 76 yards. And the Redskins have once again taken the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
And what do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
At the 24-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A first down there on a pickup of 25. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
They can't hang with us. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21. Put up. Let's go, D. Hey, check Mike 21.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Haskins. And the catch made by Johnson. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
65. Echo. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line, I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter, because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Here's Tressway now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Johnson was the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Haskins going to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic. Let's go.
Throwing on third and long. Haskins, he's going to launch it for Washington. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up fourth. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive one of quarter three.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter three, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Here's Lindsey looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he fires one, but incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on fourth down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
Let's go now. 23. Check back 21. Not today, you want. Not today. Check safety, check safety.
On first down, it's Love. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Pick it up, D. Show it up. Show it up.
On second down, here's Haskins. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Sean Davis with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. He's at the 30, 10, and he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson, 3 touchdown passes now, as his guys are able to regain the lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
At the 20-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
I got you. Joker.
Staying on the ground, it's Love. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Alert 3.
It'll be Love to try and get the first. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Here's Connor on first down going nowhere as he's going to be stacked up behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 38-yard line.
Ready. Hey, hold on. Stick it to Mike. All day, baby.
They'll run with Love. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
The 42-yard line.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
We want it.
They'll run again with Love on first down. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Bryce Love, 42 yards, as his guys have now moved out in front. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. Would you say 3 rushing touchdowns? And, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
Yeah, this play is not going to work. He's out of bounds, well shy of the goal line, and the try for 2 unsuccessful. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Back now in Pittsburgh. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a one-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And some room to maneuver. The 20. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Phillip Lindsey, his second touchdown of the afternoon as they have taken the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Out, 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 out.
They begin on the ground here with Connor. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 30-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come.
Second down, Haskins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean,
pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Cameron Hayward, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Throwing is Wilson. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And now off to the races down the right side. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Punching it in from a yard away. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd and a yard, Wilson flushed out right. Looking deep here for Ibra. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, it would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats inbounds.
And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. 4th down. Here's Wilson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Wilson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Wilson will throw again. He's going to find Gallup here complete. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. They're going with Lindsey. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. That's it. Change it. Mike 56. Mike 56. Hey, 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 hey.
They'll run on 1st down. Love. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And his throw is incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and now it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Looking to throw, Haskins. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Yeah, we'll see what his offense can do. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of totally commanded, make sure all eyes are on him, all focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
Here's Love again. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They come out here in the eye. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. On 3rd down, here's Love. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
And he's all the way in for the touchdown. I don't see any flags, Charles. And in the final stages, the return touchdown has him an extra point away from tying this up.
You're exactly right. The field is clean. It's going to count.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These 2 teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Love. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on third. This is Love. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Haskins. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now it's Haskins. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jarrell Casey able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here we go with Haskins. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down...
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I can't believe they even let you play. Check nine.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he finds McLaurin. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, 0-0-0. 4 down. 14. You got tape.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And he slings one that's incomplete. He's trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Here comes a big one now in overtime. This is 3rd and inches.
55 to mine. Check, 55. Go. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Another run by Lindsey. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. On first down, Richard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Third and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT.
He's checking. One flip. Mike's 56.
On second and 15 now. Wilson. The throw taken in by Sims. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn into big plays.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they have regained the lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown. Finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, if he holds on, it's game over. Instead, second down. They sort of got a new lease on life there. If he picks that off, this ball game's over.
I can hear it. I can hear it. I can hear it. My defensive backs coach in Tennessee, a lost opportunity is never regained. It used to drive him crazy when I dropped those potential interceptions, if that one was there.
Throwing again on second and 10. Haskins, and that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath. And boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. Now Haskins to throw it. This is Johnson. He's got it. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Get him, boy.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
I know he ain't got it. Hustle. 56 the mic. 56 is the mic. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
2nd and 10 now. Haskins. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Washington, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.